when Samsung came out with their first ultra-sized tablet. I just had to try it out. Unfortunately, this could be one of the last videos on this tablet, but now that it's 2 years later, is it still worth it, or should I have got something else? Well, let's talk about it. The price for this tablet is probably one of the biggest reasons I think a lot of people didn't get this tablet, considering it was Samsung's most expensive. I only did because I had a pretty good trade-in deal when it launched, but right now you can get it as low as $650 or less, depending on which model you get. The screen on here is still one of the best features. It's a 14.6-inch Super AMOLED display with 1848 by 2960 resolution and up to 120 Hz refresh rate. It's nice and large, but plenty bright enough. Probably one of the better displays out there on a tablet, even in 2024. So obviously this is going to be good for watching Netflix, YouTube videos, gaming. Pretty much everything is going to look really nice on here. Although the past couple years, I probably use this more for researching, typing things out, that kind of stuff. Just using it more like a regular laptop, which is really nice if you have the keyboard and the touchscreen combined. It's also nice having the fingerprint scanner right on the front of the screen. Just a little more convenient than on the power button in my opinion. As far as battery life goes, surprisingly, it hasn't changed a whole lot. It probably lasts a little bit less since it first came out, but still pretty good battery life considering the size of this tablet. I know during my first battery drain test, it lasted about 7 hours, which is a little above average compared to other tablets I've tested, but I can still usually get at least a couple days before I would have to charge it, and it usually doesn't take very long considering it has 45-watt fast charging. The software on here has had a couple updates. It's currently on Android 14, One UI 6.1 as of this video. And of course, it's going to be very similar to other Galaxy tablets, just a lot bigger. One thing that has changed is you now have a new version of Samsung DeX. Luckily, it lets you go back to the older version if you want. I still feel like it works pretty good just using the taskbar at the bottom to switch between apps. And I feel like multitasking on Samsung tablets has always been really good, whether you're using DeX or not. Of course, you have the Edge panel over on the side, which can be customized, and left of the home screen, you have Google Discover Newsfeed or Samsung News, which I feel like they've changed the name of that several times now. If you're wondering whether this could replace your laptop, I would say maybe for some people. Probably just depends on which apps you're using and what types of stuff you need to do on here. But you could do basic video editing on here. For me, it's just easier on a regular computer since I've been doing it that way for so long. And then of course it has video out, so you can connect this to a projector, external monitor, or TV using an HDMI cable. I know this also takes a micro SD card, but for me, it's just really easy to use a USB-C external drive to work with files. Then you still have a couple years left of software updates, even longer for security updates. You don't really have to worry about that. Performance-wise, I feel like this still has plenty of power with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor. Luckily, I haven't had any issues or slowdowns with this tablet. I think most people will be satisfied with the performance on here for multitasking or gaming. If you are gaming on this, for me, I would have to use a controller. It just feels way too large to be gaming using the touchscreen, but it is pretty fun playing games on a really large tablet like this. The speakers on here are also pretty good, which is usually the case with Samsung. Especially if you turn on Dolby Atmos, you've got 2 speakers on each side. They're gonna be nice and loud for most things. Here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of what they sound like. Now when it comes to the cameras, to be honest, I haven't really used the cameras on this one much. It probably would be good for Zoom meetings or other video conference calls. Nice thing is you can shoot up to 4K 30 frames per second for video recording, and you have a 13 megapixel wide angle, 6 megapixel ultra wide on the back, and then 2 cameras on the front, one wide angle, one ultra wide. Like I said before, I don't think these are flagship quality, but still probably one of the better ones as far as tablets go. I'll give you a few samples just to give you an idea of what to expect. So overall, I would say the Tab S8 Ultra is definitely still worth it in 2024. Unless, of course, you don't mind waiting for the newer Tab S10 Ultra. For me, I skipped the S9 Ultra thinking I would get the next one. And that's why this might be the last video that I do on the S8 Ultra, because I'll probably end up trading this in on the new S10 Ultra to see how it compares. But if you like phones, tablets, and other tech, I've got a lot more that I'm working on, so you'll want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.